Hello, my name is Lauren Miranda, and I'll be going over beryllium toxicology. The objectives are general information, pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics, procedural handlings, economic utilization, and production, location, and process. First, I will be covering general information. The formula is Be, the atomic number is 4, and the structure is a hexagonal crystal formation that is an alkaline earth metal that contains 4 protons, 5 neutrons, and 4 electrons. Beryllium is naturally found in the environment in minerals such as the Earth's crust, air, water, coal, and volcanic dust. Due to the reactivity properties, it can only be discovered when combined with other chemicals. When isolated, it is dark gray, a thermal conductor, and not magnetic. It is commonly found in aquamarine and emerald. Beryllium can be toxic in all forms, such as solid, liquid, and gas. Beryllium can enter the body through digestion or inhalation. Most commonly affects the respiratory system. High levels of exposure can cause beryllium to build up in the liver, lungs, lymph nodes, and bones. Beryllium can also be absorbed into the placenta. Elemental beryllium compounds are unable to metabolize in the body and are excreted by breast milk, feces, and urine. Berylliosis is a chronic disease known as CBD, which affects the lungs, lymph nodes, kidneys, and heart. Extended periods of exposure can cause chronic respiratory disease, lung cancer, and death. Pharmacodynamic response to beryllium is dependent on the levels and time of exposure. The chemical can persist in the body for years until transferred to the bloodstream. Skin contact can cause ulcers on the epidermis and within the mouth. Interactions with the enzyme can cause disruptions in DNA protein synthesis. Next, I will be covering procedural guidelines. Workers who are exposed to beryllium should be provided respirators, adequate ventilation, and have limited working hours when interacting with the chemical. Workers should have medical exams to monitor health conditions and to evaluate for acute symptoms caused by beryllium. Permissible exposure limit for beryllium is 0.2 micrograms per meters cubed, averaged over 8 hours. Short-term exposure limit for beryllium is 2.0 micrograms per meters cubed over a 15-minute sampling period. The EPA states that beryllium is a hazardous air pollutant under the Clean Air Act, and emissions cannot exceed 10 grams over a 24-hour period. For a 30-day period, it cannot exceed over 0.01 micrograms per meters cubed. I will be discussing economic factors. Beryllium can be used for X-ray machines to create windows. Beryllium oxide, a compound of beryllium, is used in nuclear industries as regulators in reactors. Due to the chemical properties of beryllium, it can be used in mechanical/engineering industries such as windshields, brake discs, spacecraft, high-speed aircraft, computer parts, missiles, and communication satellites. Beryllium alloys can be created to create substances that are used for mechanical tools and heavy machinery. Another use for beryllium is in gyroscopes, which is used to measure and maintain angular velocity and is used in engineering and aircraft systems. Lastly, I will be covering production, location, and processes. Since beryllium cannot be found naturally in pure form, it can only be extracted from the earth when combined with other chemicals and minerals, specifically 30 other species. It can be found in soil, coal, oil, rock, and volcanic dust. Rank of countries that mine beryllium from highest to lowest are the US, China, Mozambique, Uganda, and Brazil. The United States produces 90% of the world's beryllium. 10% of beryllium is produced from beryl. 90% of beryllium is produced from bertyl andesite. Once extracted, it is transformed into beryllium hydroxide, then processed into beryllium oxides for 5%, beryllium metals for 20%, and beryllium alloys for 75%. for commercial and mechanical use. In the U.S., the largest area of production is in Utah. Thank you for watching my presentation. Here are my references.